Welcome to the Geedee Vybz show. This is a show that we highlight Guyanese thinkers, builders, and visionaries shaping the present and influencing the future. Today, we have joined with us Mr. Carl Handy. He is a software engineer, entrepreneur, and the CEO of Kalpa Services, the creator of the MG WordPress payment gateway plugin. And we're going to talk a little bit more about what that means and what is it exactly. So, the writer behind the Handy Perspective, which is what is Handy Perspective?
It's just a blog where I share my thoughts on technology and the trends I'm seeing.
And he's also a cancer awareness advocate with the Project Periwinkle.
Yeah.
Carl, welcome to the Geedee Vybz show. I know we're supposed to do this interview for a while now.
Yeah.
I'm happy that I made time and you made time to come on the show. You're my first guest, and like my friend was telling me, why you don't do a podcast? It's like, I can't do a podcast. Me get the personality. It's like, you have the personality. So thank you. And this is your first podcast, or?
Yeah, this is my first podcast. Also, I'm very camera shy. Kind of stick to myself. Not a lot of people know anything about me, so this should be a good deep dive.
I'm a camera guy. I would rather work behind the camera as a photographer and as a cameraman. For those who don't know you, who is Carl Handy?
In a nutshell, I'm just a guy who serves the Lord and hoping to leave the world a better place. All of the other titles and all of that stuff, all the accolades, don't really matter.
Okay, and they don't really matter, but today it matters. So you're gonna tell us about your accolades. You're gonna tell us about your titles. So introduce us. Don't I like Guyanese people have this thing. Oh, I'm gonna be humble. I'm gonna think.
For me, it's not a matter of humility, because for those who actually know me in person, I'm far from humble, right?
Same. I'm not a humble person, but I know when to use humility. I know when to take. So now I'm asking you. Tell you what, Carl. Tell you what he allocates. Because people out there don't know what you do. You just see the style by, So, so tell me, talk to us.
So apart from the stuff you mentioned, I'm an entrepreneur, CEO. Not only I'm CEO, managing director. I'm more director. I'm from media. I'm also the director of a nonprofit, TechServe. So it's an organization my friends and I formed, I believe it was last year or the year before, 2 years ago, where we come together and we help youth, mostly underprivileged youth, give them job training and skills to get jobs in the tech field. So we've taught probably well over 100 students to date in all parts of Guyana.
That's good, man.
Yeah, all the way up to St. Cuthbert's Mission and all of these things, right? So that's what we do. It's mostly self-funded. We did have some funding from USAID, and some other organizations, but for the most part, it's self-funded by ourselves.
Okay, and how long have that been?
The organization officially formed. What year was it? 2025. 2 years ago, 2023.
Okay.
But prior to that, we have been unofficially working and doing these things. So many years.
That's pretty good, man. Yeah. I'm myself a part of a NGO, but it's the Georgetown Film Festival, where we train young people in filmmaking and storytelling, because we believe that it is our job to tell our story. It's time to take the narrative over. So this is me using that they've taught me and taking the narrative in my hands. So with what is the early experience that shaped how you see technology and your problem solving skill? Because you're a problem solver. Persons who do coding, I call them problem solvers. I love coding, but a lot of people with the professionals.
Yeah. So I think for me, my earliest recollection would be in Farm 1. So we had we had one of these tours. A guy came in, I think he was from the US or somewhere. He was a software engineer. He came and he spoke to our class, and that kind of really sparked the interest for me since then. So probably since Form 1, I've had this passion. I always knew I wanted to be a software developer. So I've always looked in that direction. Ironically, it wasn't until 4th or maybe 5th form that I got my first computer.
Okay.
Right? Yes, I got my first computer. I wrote IT, TSEC, and the rest is history. I diverted from technology and software for a period because I also wanted to study law.
Okay.
So I went and I did that for a period in Antigua.
Did you complete it?
I did, but I didn't go to the graduation ceremony or anything like that.
So you have a degree in law?
It was more of an associate
degree in law.
Yeah,
Okay.
An associate degree. So that was a 2-year college in Antigua.
Okay.
When I came back to Guyana, I got my first role as a software developer at Intellect Star.
Okay. So while studying for your associates in law, you were doing your own self-training inside.
Correct. So I'm a self-taught software engineer.
Okay.
So I didn't study for this. I didn't formally study. I didn't go to a university or college to study software engineering. I'm self-taught.
That's interesting. So, how did you gain person trust in you being a self-taught person, a self-taught individual? Because I'm a self-taught photographer, and I understand the passion with it that nobody could teach you what you've learned on your own. Was it the same way for you?
Yeah, it kind of, and it's not that I'm unteachable in a sense. I'm still learning every day. The field is evolving, and I've had great mentors over the years. One being Roran Willabus, Tristan Thompson, a guy in the US, another fella I work for in Canada. So I've had great mentors throughout. Yeah.
I understand that because the camera I first used was my colleague's camera. It was just his sister camera, and then I used to use my old workplace camera. So, and I remember seeing people who were in my field, and I went to them they were too busy. I'm like, oh gosh. But then again, when I started to look, there are people who's doing what you want to do,
right.
And your mentors could come in different shapes, different forms.
Yeah.
And so, what with this path that you've taken, was it unexpected? What were surprises in your life with this being, you wanted to do law, but your passion take you and guide you somewhere else?
Yeah.
Do you regret it? Do you?
Zero regrets. There's enough lawyers.
Sure. There's enough lawyers.
There's enough lawyers, right? I'll tell you a story. So this is something that only a handful of people know. So a couple of years ago, when I say a couple of years, I'm talking like if I'm young, but this was probably just out of high school. My grandmother, my maternal grandmother, she took me to see Mr. Robson. Then at that time he was the Minister of Home Affairs.
Okay.
Right. This was a long time ago. So sent with my job application, my resume and whatnot. So he looked it over and he asked me what I wanted to do. I told him law, and he looked me dead in my eyes and said, "There's enough lawyers. Get into technology." Right?
Okay, that's
right, and that kind of cemented it. I mean, I saw him the other day at the expo at Marriott there.
Okay.
And I reminded him, and we had a good laugh about it.
That's a good man. So you have your own business, Kalpa Services, right?
Yeah.
What was the inspiration that you started up, and what is the vision behind the company?
So Kalpa started as me wanting to just do my own thing and get out of more or less the rat race. Right? It was driven by selfish desires and an absolute hatred for poverty.
Right? Man, so you hate poverty bad.
Okay. hate it with a passion. So that's how that started, and then the vision kind of evolved as I grew the clientele and whatnot. So now we're more focused on kind of bridging that gap. We do a lot of pro bono work, more or less, right? Helping small businesses. We invest in a lot of other small businesses, right? Technology-wise.
Not prying into the small business, but when you say invest, when you say technology-wise, what exactly are you giving to small business, and can any small business approach you, or do you approach these small businesses?
I've had several approach me, but I don't really like that notion. Because for reasons I won't get into. But
it's alright.
But yeah. So when I see like there's certain businesses that we get into. When I see like potential there, and the founder or whoever is actually trying, and they actually know what they're doing, they know their market, and this thing is going to grow, I'm like, okay, you only need the technology now to help you grow. I provide the technology, whether it's a website, whether it's a system to manage your HR, to manage your accounting.
Okay, so it depends on the small business's drive and how far they've.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. With that, I want to ask, why is it important for Guyana to build their own digital technology tools, and instead of relying on outsourcing? And why is it important for small businesses to have these tools? This is a two-part question.
Yeah. So let me think about this for a minute. So the first part, why is it important for Guyana to develop their own tools? Right. So off the top of my head, the reliance on, I think we have right now an over reliance on Western technologies and these things. It's not like we have a choice at this point in time, right? Because those countries are hundreds of years ahead of us, right? So in terms of things like when we talking, if we're talking at scale, like data centers and these things, I don't expect us to come in and reinvent the wheel. Right? So that's not realistic in any sense. But in terms of smaller things, like we could look at what has been done in the West and adapt it to fit our culture and our needs here. That would be the best approach.
As a small business owner, and also as somebody who had a background in data, mostly climate data, I understand the importance to having certain systems where you can store your data and use your data and have access to whatever data it is. And for small businesses, I want to let them know to try technology. Technology is going to push your business, and also invest in it, and investing yourself into learning this technology is not going to go anywhere. For example, AI. Learn how to use AI. Don't overuse it. It is a data issue. It's not going to go anywhere. So, what would you want to say on the over reliance on AI right now?
So, I am not contrary to. I know this might sound contradictory, but I'm not a huge fan of AI. I don't know if it's because I'm in the weeds of it. I actually know how things work and what's actually going on. So I use it. Don't get me wrong. I use it sparingly where it needs to be applied. But I'm not a huge fan of it. It's heading in a direction on what I've seen. So I did my own kind of analysis on it. So I spent like a year writing code using AI, right? And what I found that happened to me is that I got dumber, right? What I found happened to me is that I got dumber. I became super reliant on the AI. I more or less outsourced my brain to it.
So I know a project that you've been doing. I think it's the MMG WordPress.
MMG WordPress plugin.
And what I want to know about that, what is it? And how has that plugin impacted the local e-commerce and small businesses?
So the MMG plugin is basically, think of it as a wrapper around the MMG's checkout API. So for those listening, an API, application programming interface, a bit technical there. But it's basically, when you go into the merchant, go into a store, you will see scan to pay with MMG. Good. So it's basically that, but for your website.
Okay.
Right? So if your website is built with the WordPress platform, you have WooCommerce installed, you can accept payments similarly how you would accept payments via PayPal, right, on your website. So that's how that plugin works. The impact has been tremendous for small businesses. I can think of over a dozen, maybe 2 dozen who have used this, that I know about who have used the platform. I've reached out. There was a company all the way from Italy.
They used it?
Yeah, they set up shop in Guyana.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good, man.
Yeah, and they reached out to me to help them integrate and whatnot. So, yeah, the impact has been good. So I'm happy about it.
Let me get a little personal, right? I know that you do blogs, right? The Handy Prospective blog.
Yeah.
What motivates you to write?
I don't know. I've always liked writing, So I used to be, back in the day, I
So I thought just now.
I used to do a lot of poetry. So for those who know, on a personal level,
big poet and thing.
As a big poet, right? As a big poet.
Okay, Shakespeare. All right.
As a big poet.
All right. So that is what pushes you to continue to write. To continue writing,
yeah. But I don't write poetry as much anymore. I more or less keep it to myself. So the blog is more of along the lines of technology and these kind of things.
Okay, so we're basically like your perspective and technology. And there's a project, the Periwinkle project. How did you get involved with that project?
So Project Periwinkle is a non-profit in the US that does that sponsors research for stomach cancer awareness.
Oh, okay.
So I got involved in that when my foster mom passed away with stomach cancer in 2019. That absolutely wrecked me. So I was
my condolences.
So I was looking for an outlet and a way to prevent this from happening again.
Okay, so how that your foster mom, right? She died from cancer. How did that impact your journey? How did it shape your life now?
I think from then to now, that happened in 2019, I've gotten a less. I would say the rough edges have been smoothed out, more or less. Because even on her deathbed, she FaceTimed me. She was smiling. She was like, "Carl, don't worry. You're gonna be all right. Everything gonna be all right." And she was smiling. She was happy. So she died a happy woman. She was always a happy woman.
That's good, man.
And she died happy. Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about what gives you hope. And when you think of the Guyana's future when it comes to technology, and future when it comes to digital technology, what gives you hope?
The youth.
The youth.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, because I'm technically retired from writing code, right?
Okay, so you have your staff is write code for you, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm technically retired. I do here and there, on requests and stuff. Like one of our projects I'm working on right now and some personal stuff.
That's good, man. Because in the beginning of this podcast, you said that you have a hate for poverty.
Yeah.
And you're not even taught something. You retire yourself from writing code. That's good.
Yeah, it's
real good.
Yeah, because like why am I doing it? I spent the entire last year going through a quarter life crisis where I was super unhappy writing code because I've been doing this since I was 16, right? So I just became super happy with it, super overwhelmed. I was like, you know what, it's time. And all of my mentors have also been pushing me, it's time, get into leadership, come out of the weeds of this.
Well, I would say that they are right, because it's time for you to get into leadership. I'm happy that you step into it. We're talking about all the stuff you've done. I am curious about, what are you working on now? What are you doing right now? Or what are you creating for businesses right now?
Yeah, so I'm currently working on a project for Mr. Gordon Mosley.
Okay.
I'm mobile app for him. So the other thing that I've been working on internally is a compliance platform, local content compliance platform that I launched for my birthday as a birthday gift.
Oh, happy birthday!
Yeah, thanks, man.
All right. So, and there's a question I want to ask you. What do we need to do to support more young innovators and creators like yourself? But he's an old man now, so talk to the youth. Talk to the youth, sir.
So one thing, stop the gatekeeping. I'm talking to all the old people like myself. I'm looking directly into this. Stop the gatekeeping. Share the knowledge with the youth. I mean, I've been lucky enough to have some excellent mentors over the years, and I have been trying my best to pay it forward. But for the most part, Guyana has this culture of gatekeeping. I mean, the pie is big enough for everybody, bro. Like, just come on, just share the knowledge with the youth. And to the youth also, be more enthusiastic, be more receptive of the knowledge. I don't think that you know it all, because trust and believe you don't. My mentor still school me to this day, right? So be more receptive, be more willing to learn these little things.
Okay. Yeah, young people, even me, be open to learning and be open to listening, and we will listen to you guys. Carl, thank you for coming on my show. Thank you for being my first guest after so long, and it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure having you. Nah, I'm done. Let me do my outro now. Oh shoot, that's it. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for coming on the show. And to my listeners, to Guyana ain't waiting on you. The world ain't waiting on you. It's either you get up and you do what you gotta do and make something happen. As an trained agriculturist, I would tell people, plant something. Even if it's a small something, plant something. And this is it. Any business is planting a seed. Plant a seed, start it, work on it, and Guyana waiting, the world ain't waiting on you, and you have to get up and do it. And just inspire. You could be an inspiration to somebody and inspire yourself. And thank you for listening to the Geedee Vybz.